Good afternoon to each and every one of you. Mrs. Mary Gillen, the Executive Director of the International Humanitarian Program at the Global Orphan Empowerment Academy, which is a diaspora-based organization. Mr. Amadou Glenn, her spouse, Mr. Matar John, the director of the Crab Island Technical and Vocational Education Training Center, the teachers. I understand that it's a representative, it's a representation of the section of the teaching staff who are here. Not all of them are here. The same goes to the trainees, the students. Not all of them are here, but we are able to manage to get some of them. Today is Friday. We close school early, but we are able to ask them to wait for this great event to witness it. I want to express my sincere appreciation on behalf of the students, the administrative and teaching staff of Crab Island Tibet Center for this wonderful gesture by a Gambian in the person of Mrs. Mary Gillen, who, as she said, was passing by the facility one day and saw activity taking place here. She stopped by with the husband and came. They heard about the Crab Island initially, but because of the activity, they were attracted by it. They had to get down from their vehicles and enter the facility and ask about me. They expressed their appreciation for such an initiative and that wanted to see me and to see how they can be of help, how they can also associate themselves with the Crab Island project. As Gambians, they wanted to contribute. So we had a brief conversation which I told them about the initiative, but that was very brief. I want to take this opportunity after receiving this very important school furniture consisting of desks, school chairs, executive chairs, school drawers, whiteboards. On your behalf, I want to also once again thank her for all the efforts, that we really appreciate this, that this will go a long way in contributing towards the training we are doing at this place for Gambians, young people, to acquire skills to become responsible and productive members of society. This initiative was one of the plans I had when I was campaigning for election in 2017. Interestingly, I passed by this school. I had 1 year at the school here before proceeding to high school. So whatever I am today, whoever I am today, Crab Island partly contributed towards it. So I owe Crab Island that gratitude, because at the time Crab Island was closed down. There was no teaching, no learning, and this was since 2012, and this was in 2017. 5 years the school was closed down. When you entered here, it was an eyesore. Some people, they said they confessed of crying, those who passed through the school during his days. There are so many people in the Gambia some who are dead now, some who are alive, still alive, who are occupying positions of responsibility in this country. and I am among them. Your director is also among them. We passed by the school, so we could not see the school die. And this was what motivated me. And I made this promise that if I am given the mandate by the people, the electorate of Banjul North, the voters of Banjul North, I am going to revive Crab Island, to restore it to its glory days, and not only for it to continue as a center of learning, center of training, but to be a Tibet center. Because the skills gap is a challenge in the country, skills are lacking, basic skills that people need to enjoy life. People need to do so many things, they are lacking. Gambians do not have such skills. So I said, Crab Island is going to complement that effort in bridging that gap, that skills gap. So what I did was, I knew that the school is owned by the government. It is under the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, so the first port of call for me to go to would be the ministry. I went there and met with the permanent secretary, who needs to be saluted. He also contributed towards Crab Island being what it is today. And this is Mr. Mohamed Jallo. He later on became the Secretary General, now he's retired. He welcomed me with open arms and took me to the minister. And the minister too needs to be saluted, and is the current minister, Claudiana Cole. She too embraced the idea. They asked me, what do you want for Crab Island? I asked them, did you really abandon Crab Island? They said, no. We want to transform Crab Island into a technical high school, because by then Gambia did not have any technical high school other than St. Peter's. So we want Crab Island to be the second technical high school. But the Foreign Secretary said, well, what do you want Crab Island? Why are you asking this question? Literally, I told him, well, yes, it's good for Crab Island to be transformed into a technical high school. It's good because we need it. Because he said government's policy was they want technical education to go up to the highest level, up to university level. And you cannot have that without having more technical high schools. So that's the reason. I said, well, that's fine. I applauded it, but told him that if you transform it into a technical high school, it's only going to cater a very small segment of young people. Because then it would have entry requirements, academic requirements. You need to pass certain subjects to enter here. But for me, those that I have in mind are those young people, men and women, male and female, who are behind us here now. Some of whom are out in the streets 24 hours doing nothing. No schools, they are out of school. Some of them have even finished school but do not have jobs. Some of them dropped out of school, do not have skills, do not have jobs, and they are out in the streets. Some are inside their homes, some are in their homes, some are not going out in the streets, but they are in the homes, but doing nothing. Some are the ones venturing the back way because they want to transform their conditions, they want to transform the conditions of their parents, but the opportunities are not here. So I told him, these are the young people that I want. And not only that, in addition, the young people who are also in the police cells, at the prison remand wing, at the juvenile prison. They are there because they lack skills, they lack jobs. For me, I'm convinced that that is the reason why they are there. Why they are going to the back way, why they are in the police cells, why they are in the jails, while they are out in the streets drinking at 24 hours. Any crime in the community, they point fingers at them. So these are the ones. I believe that Crab Island can be a solution. It will solve part of the problem. Not all the problems, but part of the problem. So the Power Secretary said, it's a brilliant idea, we have bought it. Let me take it to the minister, this is something that we are going to buy in. So that's how Crab Island came about. And this was in 2017. And this was 2 months after less than 2 months after I was elected, after I was sworn into office. I launched the Crab Island initiative, invited well-meaning Gambians. And had we got our way since then, Crab Island, this would have been the 4th batch, not the 1st batch, not the 1st cohort. It would have been the 4th. But we had obstacles on the way, but because with determination, I would not have allowed any obstacle to block me from realizing Crab Island. Nobody could have stopped it. There were attempts. But we persevered with the support of the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, the Permanent Secretary. And later on, the current Permanent Secretary, Mr. Moses Solomon Mendy, he too has been very instrumental in ensuring the realization of Crab Island. It's good to pay tribute to people who really made a difference, who took a stance when it was needed. Of course, I had a team of Gambians well-meaning Gambians who have been supporting the process. So this is what we are. So Crab Island today, as we see today, is up and running. It's a fully fledged Tibet Center recognized by the government of the Gambia, by the NACA, National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, by the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, in fact, we have an MOU with the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education. We are about to have an MOU with the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. So this is where we are. We are a registered foundation, legally registered, which is non-partisan, which is non-profit. It's not a business and it's not partisan. It's to help young people, those who are in need, regardless of where you are. It is within Banjul North constituency. I am elected by Banjul North to serve the people of the Gambia, but by Banjul North voters. But this school cannot be exclusively for Banjul North, otherwise I'll be charged for discrimination, which is against the law. But I wanted Banjul North to take advantage, and they have taken advantage. You can see in terms of constituency, Banjul North, the young people from Banjul North are more in the school. About a quarter of the young people here are from Banjul North. But it does not only cater for Banjul North. Banjul Central is here. You have a sizable number from Banjul Central, a sizable number from Banjul South, a sizable number from Kanifing Municipality, KM, a sizable number from West Coast region, a sizable number from North Bank region. So you can see the 4 regions out of 7 regions in the country are presently at Crab Island undergoing training. So this is a national institution. So this is what we are. We have as at now 175 trainees. Wow. 175 trainees, each of whom is on scholarship. No one is paying a dime. The only thing that we ask them to do, and we want that commitment from their parents and from themselves, is to buy uniforms, because it is their uniform. Other than that, everything is free. And on top of that, on top of the scholarship, they are even given stipend. They are paid to come and learn. They are given transport allowance.